I don't really like going on camera, but these days a lot of business is done over video calls. So I've got a question for you. In a business setting, if somebody is selling you something, is making a sales presentation, something that you're interested in, should they go on camera, or do you think it doesn't matter? Can they just give you a presentation over video without them ever showing their face? Now, I don't know which is the right way to go, so I'm going to ask this random group of people through this PickFu poll. Hey, and if you want to use PickFu, check the link in the description below. So I'm going to start this poll in PickFu. I could choose my industry. I'm just going to build from scratch. So I like to make the question as clear as possible, very, very simple. So I can put in up to 8 options, but I'm going to put in 3 here. Option A, yes, going on camera helps connect with the audience. Or no, people are buying the product or service, not the salesperson. Or option C, depends on what they're selling. I could even add another option like other, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it at that. Oh, okay, how to rank them. Head-to-head poll, each tested against every other option. Let me do the ranked poll. Now I'm going to go with the general audience here from up to 10,000 respondents based in the US. I could really customize the audience, which is very interesting by age and by buying habits and all kinds of things, but I'm not going to do that in this case. We'll just go with the general audience here. And how many respondents do I want? 50 is going to be ample data for me. Do I need to know more? Yeah, I'm going to go with personal traits. That's pretty much it that I care about at the moment. Okay, now here are the 3 questions again. In sales video calls, should the presenter go on camera? Yes, no, or it depends on what they're selling. And that all looks good to me, so I'm going to confirm that. I'll preview the poll just as a safety check. So that's all good. Proceed to checkout. Let's go. All right, well, we're off and running. This is the exciting bit. I love watching this because I get to see the results coming in. Sometimes it's as fast as 30 minutes. 3 respondents answering already. I wonder which way we're going to go. So this is absolute real time, and this is great. And by the way, it's super early in the morning in the US. I'm in Australia. But we've already got 6 people answering right now. This is going to be good. Woohoo! We got our first response. Let's see what that says. I really don't know which way this is going to go. Oh, number 1. Salespeople, you should go on camera. Now, one of the great things here is that you actually get not just a vote where people just pick a box. They have to give a reason as well. So you get to see the reason. Look at this. I think it helps to have that extra human interaction. And salespeople can be very interactive and helpful in the process. Very interesting. And now here's an alternative. I'd prefer if the salesperson wasn't on camera. I'd like to focus on the product and not on how the presenter looks. So I'm going to let those responses keep coming in. So there's 8 people responding right now. 2 out of 50 have already responded. And we've got more coming in all the time. And what I'm going to do at the end of this is share with you a link so that you can go and look at the data yourself and look at the reasons, especially why people are saying that salespeople should go on camera or shouldn't. Now, I have to tell you that we're still very early on in the poll. I've got about a fifth of the way through, or about 10 people answering so far, and the results are pretty evenly matched. But I have to tell you also that running these polls is like a huge dopamine fix. Okay, it's absolutely addictive. If you want to learn how to use these polls, then check out the link in the description below to use PickFu yourself. You saw how easy it is to set up a poll. Now, let's get back to the results. So we're nearly halfway through the poll, and some of the responses have been really insightful. But if you are doing sales presentations, then the results of this poll are going to be very important. Because if your customers, if your clients are saying, yes, I want you to be on video, then it's important for you to get more comfortable on camera. And if they're saying, no, that's actually a distraction, I don't care how you look, the product sells itself, then that means that the focus has got to be less on you for those people and more on the presentation, on the product or the service itself. We're nearly halfway there, and out of 22 respondents, 12 of them have said yes, it helps to connect with the audience. And you'll see in the results, you'll see the reasons for why they say that. And I'll include a link to this poll. I'll make it public so that you can see, you can read the results for yourself. And the others, only 2 out of 22 have said no, they're buying the product or service, not the salesperson. But another 8 have made the distinction. They said, well, it depends on what they're selling. Let's look at the results. So this expression, I can see that it really helps with forming a connection. Feels more genuine and personal when I can see the person. Okay? Once again, be more personable with the sales target. It's important to see the seller. Make them seem more human, more relatable. So these are very, very important if you are selling over video. And for those who have gone for option C, it depends on what they're selling. This is an interesting one. They're saying, look, it's not absolutely necessary, but if they absolutely refuse to be on camera, I'd be wondering what are they hiding. I like this. High-ticket items in the thousands of dollars, I want to know who is pitching the product. But under that amount, I don't care. And others are saying, well, if the information is there about the product or service, then who cares about going on camera? But it's more effective if the presenter goes on camera. So I'll leave this now until the end of the poll. As you can see, those results are still coming in. And at the end of the poll, we'll add up and we'll decide, should the presenter go on camera in sales video calls? Alright, so I went away and played Sudoku with my 11-year-old daughter, and now we're back and the poll has ended, so let's have a look. And so at the moment, at 23 out of 50, I'm about to load all of these 24 responses and let's see what impact it makes. At the moment, it's heavily skewed in favor of show up on camera. Let's have a look. Wow. Okay, so out of 47 responses so far, and there's still some more coming in, 27 out of 50, so more than half said definitely go on camera. Only 4 said no, and 16 had a more nuanced answer. Let's head down to the results and summary. It depends on the situation. It really depends. It depends. This is a very thoughtful answer. Obviously, the buyer being able to see the product and how it's used could be a huge benefit in most situations. And I think it would benefit the seller to be seen. That's very interesting. Not just benefiting the buyer, but benefiting the seller. And so overall, I think the impact is that if the seller is on camera, it's either going to distract or it's going to connect, or it's going to skew the results. Basically, it's going to have more influence if you are on camera. That's generally the feeling from the results. But you go and read the results yourself. I'll include a link, and I'm just going to mark this answer as particularly insightful. And these are all anonymous people, which makes it really, really good. They've got no skin in the game of pleasing me or giving me the answer that I want to hear. But they do have to give some reason behind their answer. This poll is public, the results, so you can see not who has answered them, but what the answers are and why. And if you want to create your own poll, then check out my affiliate link for PickFu, which has allowed me to run this poll. And the poll is complete. You received 50 responses and it took me 1 hour, 1 minute. And there is the result. 56% said yes, it helps to connect with the audience. Only 8 said no, and a substantial number said, well, it depends, or gave some sort of nuanced response.